Hello everybody, Sirwalterj, the Sirwalterj Jones Show. Here's a weekly report to you from me, from God above. I hear a ringing in my ear. It is a word of knowledge, a prophetic word that I feel that God has given to me to share with you. There are a lot of people who are going to be removed from your lives. Relationships are going to be cut. All right, but they're going to be cut in ways that not just they just walked away, went away. Many people will die. They will sleep into eternity. It is appointed once that they die, and then judgment will happen. God is going to remove a lot of the generals this year. He's going to remove a lot of those, the doorkeepers, the old soldiers, the old holiness preachers, male and female, or he's going to shut their mouths, and you won't be able to rely on them anymore. That God is going to have to, you are going to have to rely on God for everything from this day forth. This come to me in 2019. I've already lost a couple of very close friends, and all through this year, you're going to see a lot of death. The death angel is going to appear, and many of you will be weeping and moaning because of this, because you were not prepared. God is using this time to shake you up and to awaken you that you got to stop leaning on these people for everything, and you have to lean on the Lord from this day forth. Oh, it's not just going to happen in the religious sector, but God is bringing back in the concept, the end time words and prophetic teachings and things that has been shut up or been hidden. God is going to reveal it now in many of the teachers, and those who are not used to having certain gifts, you're going to start seeing them sprout out, and some will ignore them, and then others will listen to the words. All right, I'm not known for a prophetic preacher, but God is ringing in my ear, and so we are focusing so much on the baby Jesus that Christ, the judge, the one with the sword in his mouth, is going to enter in, and you teachers need to focus more so on Christ, the judge and the Lion of the tribe of Judah. Oh, so you're going to notice that people are going to be removed, and God is saying this is not a Moses generation, nor is it a Joshua generation today. Y'all are preaching about Joshua after a pastor dies, but God is also removing the Joshua generation. Is over. It's time for the judges. The judges have entered in, and God is going to use them, male and female, and God is going to judge you and your churches, and he's going to judge the nations. Oh, I hear him speaking. He's also going to utilize those who are in politics. It is really not about Donald Trump. God allowed this, his permissive will has allowed this Trump to enter in and become the president, but it's not about Donald Trump. Understand, it's about the men and women around him. God is going to use the president's men to shake things up. Things in politics are not going to be like it used to be. Those old generals are dying out. Since the time of the death
ago, this campaign came to an end. For all those whose cares have been our concern, the work goes on, the cause endures, the hope still lives, and the dream shall never die.
He was the lion in the Senate. All right, it's no coincidence he was called that. He has been removed, and there's some things that are going to then sneak into the Senate, into Congress, that's going to make a shift in the government, which is going to cause an effect to happen worldwide. Listen to the word of the Lord. Now, understand that it is not the direct person that you need to focus so much on, but the people around. Oh, the R. Kelly saga, the scandal of R. Kelly. It's not so much about R. Kelly, but it is the people, the men who are protecting him, the men who are sheltering him, the men who are the ones who are allowing these young ladies to be abused, and some of the young ladies too, they're guilty as well, but it's not so much. Again, the enemy wants you to focus on the one person, but it's the foxes, those small foxes that are going around your feet that is destroying the crop. So pay attention. God is going to expose the men who are protecting him. God is going to expose the men and women in politics, the men and women. You who are allowing these false prophets to come into your churches, y'all are focusing on the false prophets that we see on YouTube and social media, but it's the men and the women who are head of these organizations and these churches who are buying and paying for them to come and mislead the people. God is going to wake up a thing, and those people are going to expose them. Oh God, I see King Saul, who removed the prophets out of the land, and then God shut up the mouths of the prophets, and then he also allowed the main prophet to die. Samuel was dead, and so that he was dead, Saul had no one to go to for a prophetic word from the Lord. And so what did he do? He went to the witch of Endor for a word. And some of you are doing that. God is shutting up the mouths of the truth prophets, and y'all are going to witches of Endor. And the witch of Endor did a miraculous work. God allowed her to raise Samuel out of the grave. All right, God allowed this to happen. You are going to be seeing a lot of miraculous things happen in unknown, unusual places. And don't get excited and carried away, and y'all get to shouting and bucking and what have you in churches and what have you, because God is going to also allow these things to happen, but it's going to be an evil deed, and some people are going to be wiped out mentally. People are going to go crazy. I'm speaking this to you because you need to wake up. You need to wake up. Seek the Lord now while he may be found. 2019, this is my weekly prophetic word to you. Please hear the word of God and study to show yourself approved.